Hi, my name is Peggy Halevi, and I am a great appreciator. I have been inspired to become a great appreciator, and in that inspiration, I was further inspired to write a book. It is a beautiful book, and the name of that book is The Art of Appreciation. I would herein appreciate reading to you a small sample of Chapter 10, which is entitled Going for It. Please enjoy. We are all uniquely on our own paths, and in a parking lot in San Diego, I found a very valuable and personal lesson about the law of attraction and the power of my thoughts and my intentions. It was very joyful to experience, and I want to share this story. Apparently, it was mine to allow, and with allowing, there is always joy. Yet with all that I know to be, I remain timid about allowing, ever wanting to learn how to allow more. I believe this longing is necessary to balance my life, or it could easily be overturned by instant manifestations. It was a time to grow in understanding allowing. It was not a turn, rather it was a time to allow. It is not my turn, then yours. Abundance is always available. It exists for you and me all of the time, not in turn one then the other. I want to allow more. It is a goal for me. I want to reach for the understanding within me that opens me easier and easier to allowing. Life is so good, and allowing makes it more so. Allowing the way of the will to be is as easy as appreciating that it is always upon me. It is always available. I am allowing what is my perceived capability to allow. I want to allow more and more often, and I can. It is bigger a feeling than merely saying to myself that I am allowing, for the evidence of allowing is in the surroundings of my life and within the actual mood or emotions I am encountering. I am distinguishing between my allowing in awareness and my receiving in the default value. That day in San Diego, I must have been more that self that can open up to allowing. It is valuable to reflect upon what I was experiencing then, and from the experience I know very well that I want to experience more of it. When I had studied the law of attraction for about a year and a half, during that process it was mentioned that one should attempt to play with its concept of intentions, so I did. I did not want to intend something easy for the law of attraction to prove itself. I wanted my test to be a hard one, almost thinking it was a bit too silly to intend something as a test. I had a lot to learn about the ways of the law of attraction. I was curious. I wanted to try it out. I had heard of a man who wanted to prove the law of attraction by intending a cup of coffee and got it, or another had intended a parking space up front at the market and got it, and one person even wanted a feather to float down to the street in the middle of Manhattan, and it did. I wanted to make it a hard test, one that would say to me that it was really working. I wanted to personalize my law of attraction test. So I requested that no plain old feather would do. I wanted a peacock feather to come to me. I mean, not seeing one in the store either. I wanted one to come out of the blue to me and present itself right in front of me. That had been perhaps 3 months ago, and no peacock feather found me yet. I had nearly forgotten about it completely. Maybe the forgetting about it actually helped prompt it forward. Once in a while I would think that perhaps that was too hard a test, so I wasn't sure if I could believe it could happen. And then it was in a parking lot where we sat down on the curb together, Uri and I, after receiving a cell phone call from our daughter who was skiing in Colorado that had happened. We were, of all places, sitting in a conference workshop with 400 others in the audience when the cell phone vibrated and Uri noticed a call coming in from Michelle. It was the middle of the winter, and her college break had taken her and her boyfriend to Colorado to visit her sister Tasha. Tasha is a great skier, though Michelle is more a summer surfer. Having received this call, Uri quickly walked out of the conference room so to not disturb anyone, and since she was so far away and we knew that she was skiing that day with her sister and her boyfriend, we immediately wondered why she was calling. We did not expect to hear from her, and intuitively we took the call. She was calling from a nursing station at the resort where some paramedics brought her in. That was questionably uncomfortable to hear. However, and quickly, she let us know that she begged them to bring her in because she found herself too high on the mountain's surface and her inexperience in skiing had worn her out. She really wanted to ride off and down from the side of that mountain. She has a way of figuring out what she wants, and what she wants materializes often for her. She was so happy to be off that mountain, apparently not really wanting to become an expert skier like her sister, nor like her sister apparently wanted. We were appreciating her comical embarrassment when there it was. Yes, the peacock feather finally manifested right in the way I had requested in my intent. Sitting on the curb, I looked down, and right in between my feet on the asphalt of the parking lot was the most beautiful, perfect peacock feather, ever looking as proud as can be up at me, its eye touching my heart and soul instantly. I asked Uri if he had planted it there because it was so surrealistic to see. Uri and I had spoken of the desire of mine to manifest the peacock feather almost lightheartedly from time to time, less often, more recently. And there it was in living color and in great glory. There was no breeze, and the air was still, and the environment was quiet and strangely, mysteriously beautiful. How could it be that we were even sitting on a curb, ever less having this feather manifest? It was especially amazing as we were attending a law of attraction workshop, actually an Abraham Hicks workshop, the first one we had ever gone to. What perfect timing! The law of attraction took such impressive measures to bring me to find this out. It was clearly my own unique way, the way I could most learn from, the way I could learn to believe from, the way my beliefs could receive from. It was perfect for me. The law of attraction proved true to me many times, including that moment in time. It was a perfect time to happen, and it was a perfect time to get the phone call from our daughter. that took us outside the conference room to sit on the curb in the parking lot. It was a very unlikely place to learn the strength of the truth of the law of attraction, yet it was exactly the most likely place at the same time. I love testing the law of attraction. In that very conference, we were told that it is as easy to manifest a button as a castle. Nice thoughts running in that circle.